Come keep yourself.
Afternoon, David.
Hi there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you know why?
No?
This weekend will be your 900th game as a manager.
900? I thought I'd done over 1,000.
In the league.
In the league, in the Premier League or in the knockout? In the league.
Some games with Preston as well.
Yeah. Oh well, 900 games in the league. Yeah, good. Very pleased with that. I didn't know that, but I thought I'd over 1,000. But 900 in the league's very good. So I'm pleased with that. Yeah.
If someone had said to you back in January 1998 when you took over at Preston that you'd be there 25 years plus later,
Yeah.
what would you have said?
Well, I'd have said that no manager ever knows how it's going to be. It's just you have to try and hopefully win games and keeps you in a job or gets you a better job, and you do that. So at that time when I first took the job at Preston, it was a case of hopefully trying to have a career, another career, and thankfully for most of the time it's gone pretty well.
What's the secret to staying in the job? Because we know that managers and head coaches these days are under so much pressure to be successful and to achieve, and for you to stay in the game for as long as you have, must be a secret.
I don't think there is any secret. I think maybe if you ask Roy Hodgson, maybe he would tell you he's been in it a lot longer than I have. But look, I've been in a long time. I think you have to have an incredible love of the game, and want to continue trying to improve and evolving. Through all the different decades, football's changed. There's been different styles. There've been, I don't know how many different managers have come into the Premier League over the seasons, and so you have to keep trying to evolve, keeping up with them as much as you can. I have to say I've really enjoyed my career, and I'm certainly enjoying my time at West Ham just now.
665 as a Premier League manager. You're third behind Sir Alex on 810 and Arsene Wenger on 828 in the Premier League. Can you see yourself getting to those figures?
No, they've got huge numbers, those boys, and obviously they've had big successes as well, and played in lots of games which won them trophies or won them competitions. So, but I'm thrilled that I've been given that opportunity to manage, and a big thanks to all the owners and the chairmen who gave me the chance and trusted me enough to take their jobs.
Up next in the Premier League, Sheffield United. What's the West Ham team news ahead of that one?
Well, we're pretty much fine. We had the game in midweek against Lincoln, which we're just making sure everybody's recovered from that, and hopefully we get everybody fit and available for the Sheffield United game.
No significant worries?
Not at the moment, no.
What's the latest with Aaron Cresswell? I know there's a doubt over him.
Aaron Cresswell's had a bit of a hamstring injury, and obviously he's not ready yet, but he's coming along nicely.
I was looking at the stats and I was really surprised. You can look at stats in different ways, of course, to see that your average possession in the Premier League this season is 35.37, which is the lowest bar Luton. Has that been a conscious part of your game plan this season, to let other teams have the ball and then be more effective with it, or is that just an anomaly with the games you play?
You've just shouted out a number. It doesn't really mean anything to me. The biggest number I look at is the wins. Many wins we've got. Many goals we're scoring. So they're the ones I would really look for.
We've scored in every single Premier League game so far this season, and effective going forward. When you look at a team like Sheffield United, perhaps a little bit vulnerable, could this be a really good opportunity to show that quality you've got in the final third?
Well, I don't know if I'd like to agree with what you're saying, vulnerable. The Sheffield United had a poor result last week. They're a side who've done really well to get promoted from the Championship. Manager done a brilliant job in getting them into the Premier League. So I see it as a really tough game. It could be a one-off last week, it might not be. But at the moment, we're the next game against them, and that's going to be tough. So we will have to be at our best and play well and show good qualities defensively. We'll need to show good qualities on the ball, and if we're going to win the game, we're going to have to show that we can finish well as well.
And just on the flip side of that, you haven't kept a clean sheet in the Premier League so far this season. How much is that something on your conscience, the fact that you've been so effective going forward, and usually you can be so solid defensively, but you haven't shown that skill set so far this season?
It's important that we do keep clean sheets. It plays a big part in your results through the season. We had a good one in the Cup in midweek, so let's hope we can build on that.
Thank you.
Hi David, good afternoon. Eventually it was a defeat at Enfield, but there are lots of positive up there. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of things we could take from the game at Anfield. Thought there was we had some really good moments. Obviously not enough good moments to win it. but enough to give us the feeling that we'd gone there and tried to make a game of it. Obviously Liverpool had some bits of quality, and obviously we gave away a little bit of a poor second goal, which and the penalty kick I thought we could have done a lot better on as well. But overall, look, lots of good things from the game.
As a collective, what do you think helped the team to start the season so well?
I think we've a great spirit. You have to remember, we started the season after winning a European competition in our last game. So we've come into it with real positivity. You know, we feel much better about ourselves as a football club, as a team. And I think from that point of view, we were able to take it into the games. But the games we had were really tough opening games. I mean, at the moment we've had 2 Premier League games at home, I think, and this will be our 3rd one, and our first 2 at home have been Man City and Chelsea. So from that point of view, I think we've had quite a difficult start as far as our games at London Stadium go. But no, we're in good form. The players have started well. The new signings have helped. So let's hope we can continue.
About Jared Bowen, how would you describe the consistency levels he's been showing for the last several years now, being so reliable?
He's beginning to become a player who his consistency and his stability within the team has been ever so good. But if you looked back even at his time when he was at Hull City, I think the Hull City years he had scored 10 or 12 goals, and he had a couple of 2 or 3 years, so it wasn't something that he just did 1 year, and he had started to score when he was at Hull. So we were always hoping that when we got him that he could continue that, and in the main he's not disappointed as he's gone from strength to strength, continues to improve, and hopefully he'll keep scoring goals and making goals.
Playing against a team like Sheffield United, obviously lost in that manner, would that be an ideal opportunity for you, or potentially the other way around because they want to react?
Well, I would think that you would always expect a team who loses to have a reaction of some sort. So I wouldn't ever see it as a good thing. But ultimately, you know, I would never want to be on the other side where you're losing like that and having to get up and ready to go again. It's not an easy thing to do either.
My colleague here mentioned the milestone of how many games you managed. I was wondering if you ever in your management career experienced such a heavy defeat, and if you did, how did you manage to bounce back?
I've had heavy defeats in my career, like every manager has to. There'll be very few who don't go through their career at some point where you don't have to handle big defeats. So it's part of it. Paul Heckingbottom done a brilliant job in getting them promoted last year. They've come into a division, and it looks like maybe they've got some restrictions as well. I don't know the ins and outs of Sheffield United, but I think he's done a brilliant job in getting them promoted last year. They're only new to the Premier League, and sometimes that's not easy. Obviously they've been in the Premier League in the past, but at this period, this is the first time they've been in for a couple of years, that's for sure.